want to switch over to what's going on in Europe because we have two really crazy European economic stories.
Yeah, we do.
That are just insane.
It is hitting the fan over there.
Stuff is going down.
Yeah.
So let's start with the UK and then we're going to talk about Germany. Mm-hmm. So the United Kingdom is having some serious financial troubles and it's only getting worse. City councils are declaring bankruptcy for the first time in a long time. Birmingham City Council has declared bankruptcy because of £760 million in unpaid equal pay claims. Okay, so Hackney, Thurrock, Woking, and North. This is a fake country. This is just a fake country. These aren't real.
Hackney, Thurrock, Woking, and Northamptonshire.
God, these countries suck. This is fake. This is
It's attacking you right at your biggest weakness. This is pronunciation.
It's so fucked up.
Yeah.
So they're declaring bankruptcy through Section 114, which means that councils must refrain from making any new spending commitments and must meet within 21 days to discuss what to do next. This is a very, very serious development here. Mm-hmm. At certain points here, the government might come in and have to take over the entire town's finances. The town might have to do capitalization things where they have to sell off their public assets in order to make a lot of these payments. Mm-hmm. And all of this is happening because of the tax base that these city councils get is not keeping up with the inflationary spiral that the United Kingdom is going through. The Institute for Government estimates that the fall in spending power was 31% between 2009 and 2022. A 31% decline in spending power.
Wow.
So how can we expect these local town governments to do the same things they were doing in 2009 and 2010 with fucking a third less of the buying power?
You can't.
You can't, and that's what's happening now. They can't do it. We see spending on childcare and elderly care is going to be rising exponentially over the next decade. And if these local communities can't keep up with that requirement and those, demands now, there's no way they're going to be able to keep up with this in the decade to come.
No.
There's no shot. So again, towns are going to be either forced to cut back on services or sell off their public assets, which is nothing that the town, both of those options are completely unacceptable to voters, right? Voters aren't going to be okay with either of those things. So there needs to be another way here. And the national government is looking at other ways that these local councils can get their finances in order. Now, right now, raising money in these town councils is very, very difficult. They are only allowed to increase taxes 5% over each year. We have something similar here in Massachusetts. We are only allowed to increase taxes 2.5% every year. We're only allowed to do that. It's called Proposition 2.5. Now, we can go to the ballot and ask voters to approve a tax increase of more than 2.5%. And my town, Brookline, has done very well at always passing those increases. Last year, we passed an 8.5% tax increase to fund government's growing needs here. But they don't really have the authority in Britain to go beyond this 5%. Now, even if each community did this maximum tax allowed each year by 5%, this could have done some good, but it's important to remember that areas that have more valuable properties are going to be the ones who make more money from these local property taxes. So even the towns who have the worst financial situations, who have the worst pocketbooks, don't even have that big of a property rate or property value to tax from. Mm-hmm. So the national government is thinking of giving councils a larger authority in raising taxes, specifically in the council. They were thinking about council-specific VAT taxes, council-specific income taxes, and council-specific corporate taxes. Now, we can sit here and kind of disagree with the council-specific corporate taxes because that just causes race to the bottoms all over the place, probably, right? Mm-hmm. But we need to give the United Kingdom is mulling over giving these town councils more authority to raise more money by different avenues.
Yeah.
And the UK is doing the worst out of all the other European nations in regards to inflation right now.
Yeah.
The headline inflation in the UK is 4.6%, but the core inflation rate is still 5.6%. When we look at the United States, our headline is 3.2 and the core is 4%. Keep in mind, always remember, core inflation excludes food and energy. So what we're seeing in Britain is a reduction in inflation that is mainly being driven down by reductions in cost, in prices of the most volatile commodities, food and energy.
Yeah.
Also, the United Kingdom has seen terrible GDP growth over the last few years here. Specifically, we're comparing quarter 2023 with quarter 4 of 2019. How much GDP change, real GDP in the G7 has happened since pre-pandemic, since before the pandemic? United States, up at the top, killing it at 7.4% growth since quarter 4 of 2019. Second place is Canada, not even close at 3.5.
Yeah.
God, it's great to be in America. Go down the list. Italy, the Eurozone generally is 3. Japan, 2.4. France and UK both at 1.8 real GDP growth since 2019. Yeah. Abysmal. That's abysmal.
The biggest problem here is they need money.
They need money.
They need money and they don't have enough of it, and their economy isn't growing to get them more of it. So they would have to institute taxes, but they would have to do it so specifically to target the upper classes, right? To be able to have it even really be that effective, I think, in reinvigorating the economy. Because if you're taking from the middle and lower classes, then it's not going to help anything.
No, because then you're wrecking those people buying power, which stops demand all over the economy, because those are the people who consume the most.
Exactly. So they're just in this really sticky situation right now that it's not easy to maneuver out of at all.
And listen, obviously the UK leaving the European Union did no benefits here. No. Leaving, the single market and leaving one of the largest free trading blocks, if not the largest free trading block in the world, probably did a lot, definitely did a lot to damage their growth figures here. So they're just in a really, really bad position.